Greetings, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Turn 8 Gaming's Landmark video series. I think I have settled on that as a name, roughly.
I like that. Yeah, sure.
It's cordial. So we're here to talk about the business of Landmark, as it were. They've just, moments ago, posted up information about how they're actually going to handle their business model. Somewhat. Which I think is an interesting kind of maneuver, and they've actually kind of said it even in the post that this is very, very early for normally a game series to actually tell you how they're going to charge for things and whatnot. But like everything else they're doing with this game, they actually want feedback. So because they want feedback, I decided, what the heck, we'll make a video and just kind of discuss what's going on with it. And yeah, that'll be it. So I am Rich. You already heard Opie talk. Say something.
Hey, I'm here again.
Yahoos! We're good at this.
Yes.
So, and you'll probably notice that the two of us are just kind of running around in the background in Landmark because it's very, very pretty, just to show things off. So let's get into it. The business model, as you may or may not know, the game itself, the game proper, will be a free-to-play game. That was something that they had announced. Basically, they pretty much said right away, as soon as during the announcement, the SOE Live announcement back in August, question marks?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Somewhere around then. They had mentioned that. I'm definitely standing in the Parthenon right now. It's pretty cool. So, anywho.
Weird house right now.
You're in a weird house, yes. Let's look at your weird house. There we go. So they've now kind of elaborated a little bit more on what they're going to do. So as anybody that's actually played MMOs and stuff before, you probably understand that a free-to-play game is not going to be, without some sort of revenue stream in some ways, but the way they do it, you don't have to actually buy anything. So there's always the micro, transaction type of thing, the stores that you can go into and purchase items. So we're starting with, they have it out in different phases. So phase 1 is basically what they're already doing.
Yeah.
We're in phase 1, which was the Founders
Pack.
Packs, correct. Which involved why you can see Opie and I running around in this game right now, and I have a floating chessboard that I'm on.
Nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. I got some floating towers where I am right now, so.
Although, it's only got 7 squares per thing, so redo it.
Tear it down.
Yeah.
Hack the game.
I guess he made a statue of some kind. So anyway, phase 1 we're in. That's why you're seeing these interesting little things we're showing you off here, because we paid them money already. So they've gotten some cash from people to be in the alpha and help them test out and that. And our reward back is that we get to see the game really, really early, and we can make suggestions and kind of help them build the game. So phase 2 will be in the later part of alpha, according to what they said, which means about time from now.
When it's done.
Yeah. When it's ready. So I don't even know exactly how long it is, but I'm going to go with, I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, something like that. I found a castle. So that was going to be where they're going to do some things that you would normally expect, like outfits.
Yeah.
Outfits
totally accept that. That's just a normal thing that you would put in any of these games.
I mean, a lot of them that aren't even free to play you can pay for extra outfits. I mean, Star Wars is a bad example now because it is free to play, but SWTOR, when it was first out and it was subscription model only, they still had the wait, did they have the cartel coins? I might be making that up.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did add that later. So, all right, so that's a bad example. I'm an idiot. But at any rate, it's common. So you can see, like I said, I'm running around right here with my Tech Commander gear. Opie, as you can see, is running around in his Noble's Regalia outfit. These are the 2 sets that you got as Trailblazers to showcase kind of what was going on. So that's kind of an early example of what they're going to do. They're going to add other stuff. Now, they have said that there are stat bonuses like you have with any gear in any MMO that are not tied to the outfit. So any outfit you get, you can keep whatever stat bonus you had, which makes sense for a game like this, I think.
No, yeah, I totally agree. This is not a super competitive game. It's going to have some kind of combat and such apparently at some point, but it's not like Warcraft or something where you're doing dungeons and
right.
that kind of stuff matters.
Very pretty like forest area right now. It's like opening clearing. This is really nice. Anywho, so having like a particular looking set of gear is not really intuitive, or it doesn't make as much of a difference to this game. You don't have to be like, oh, that's a mage or that's a fighter or whatever. It doesn't really make a difference. So you can look like whatever the heck you want. But if you have like, I have this particular stat bonus on my clothing and it makes it so I get resources faster, you don't want to, lose that because you decided to buy something that looked cool.
Exactly.
So that they said with. So the other thing in this phase, which I thought was interesting, was actually buying resources.
Yeah, I was surprised by that because I know they want, players to be able to trade and, buy and sell resources and such. So for them to offer that in there, it just seems kind of, I don't know, it seems kind of counter...
Intuitive.
Yeah, it just, you're kind of undercutting the players at that point.
Yeah, now they've gone on to say they kind of justified it because that is an argument I believe that more than just Opie's going to make. So what they're saying with it is right now, like, we're going to have other videos about this kind of soon, but, when you're doing anything, you're getting your pick. Riverside, I'm going to dig this. While we're talking, because I need it. But while you're getting your pick and whatnot, you start out with a very basic one, and then you have to upgrade from there. And all your props and everything that you get, you have to build, and it uses materials. But apparently, at least as far as the picks are concerned, and that sort of thing, axes and I guess buckets will be in there for gathering water, and I think a scythe or a sickle of some kind will be in for gathering.
Plants and whatnot.
Yeah, vegetation, which is what you'll use to make clothy items and potions. Oh yeah, potions for sure.
Yeah.
So, anywho, those kind of things, they're going to be getting cheaper to the point of like what they said. Their terms exactly were handfuls of resources instead of the current large amounts. So they're saying that, you're not going to need a staggering amount for that. So the reality is what you really going to need resources for is just building in the game, not props and accessories, but, like what you're seeing us look at right now. This kind of tower thing, or whatever the heck this is.
Yeah, or this house that's in the hill here.
This is like a house on a hill too. That's what I'm going on to. It's got a neat looking wooden like staircase that leads up to it.
Nice. This thing has kind of windows that are basically... Remember the bathtubs we showed in the first video or whatever?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got the same effect for
the
windows,
cobalt
so.
window.
Yeah, so you can't see through them, but they look nice.
It's a popular theme, so this is really cool. Actually, there's like a deck. He's got like a lattice work deck. I like this a lot. Oh, it's a log cabin. He put plaster in between the wood logs.
Nice.
Oh, well done. I'm impressed. Anywho, this kind of stuff's what they're expecting the most of the resources, or the resource needs are going to be for.
Just tons of stone and, wood.
Stone, wood, sand, marble, fur, that kind of stuff. Obsidian, I think, is really cool. I'm really digging this place this guy built.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them, especially in the beginning, but I don't know. Once a lot of players start doing a lot of stuff and, harvesting resources, I would want them to undercut them. I'd rather...
Yeah.
It actually reminds me of, I don't know if anyone's ever played EVE Online. I mean, that in that game, it's a totally player-based economy. And, in the beginning, the computer made everything. But as players discovered resources and all that kind of stuff and started making some things themselves, they kind of just phased it out. So I would be opposed if that is the case, but who knows if that will actually happen.
True. That is a possibility. So anywho, the jury's out on that one. Maybe that'll be some of the feedback that people give. They don't want to do that, but I don't really think that the per se. I guess the in-game trade will be there. In-game market will be for that kind of stuff, but I'm not really sure that just raw resources are going to be as hot of a commodity in this game as they are in others.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of their
point.
Goal. Yeah, exactly. Like they don't want the raw resources to be the thing. It's what you can do with it. So. That kind of lends into phase 3, profit. No, wait. So what they're saying with phase 3 is the ongoing phase. It doesn't have a start or stop time specifically that I can see.
Yeah.
But in reference to the stats, so basically this is like the boosts is what you're looking at. They're shortcuts. You can buy a thing to get a potion, as Opie was saying before. If you want something that's going to give you better, mining capability or more resource gathering on your pick, you can craft those in game, or you can buy them at the store. Is what I'm.
Yeah, just real quick and dirty, which is
XP boosts.
Yeah,
basically.
I don't really see an issue with that. It's not something that's really competing with people. So I mean, yeah,
exactly. XP boost kind of thing is what I'm kind of equating that to.
Exactly. If you want to pay to make things go a little faster, then whatever. It's not really a super competitive game anyway. At all, really, unless it's kind of build something bigger than you.
Exactly. So, kind of stepping back somewhat, I guess, a little bit, was the other thing they were saying is that progression, as far as picks and stuff like that, is concerned, is not going to be, like right now, it's basically just if you can find the resources and you can build it, you build a whole bunch of them, you make another one, you upgrade, and that's it. It's resource-based progression. Right. But they've said that what they're switching it to, and I don't know when that is, it's sometime in phase 2, I think, which is the later part of alphas. It will be more of an achievement-based, is what they're saying. So tool and item progression is limited by activities completed and achievements gained, not by resources. So I don't really know exactly what achievements we're talking about. I don't know if they've mentioned any of them yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything like that before. So,
but I did hear them. They have mentioned before that there will be achievements. Every kind of game has these kind of things. I don't know if it's going to be dig 100,000 pieces of dirt or something. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, that's what's going to limit your progression. So at that point is where you can have the people that, they've gotten whatever the heck achievement. Oh, that's a cool bridge. They've gotten whatever the heck achievement they need for getting the best pick, so they can craft them, but maybe you can't. So you do want to get them from the player store.
Yeah, hopefully.
So even there's no amount of resources you can buy from the monetary store. It's just whatever the heck, you can buy a crap load of resources, but that's not going to do you any good. So you got to get the pick from the players. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah. So, like I said, phase 3. I'm sorry. Do you have something?
I was going to say on a totally unrelated note, I got myself stuck in someone's building because there was a glitch, so I could walk through the one wall. I didn't think there was a wall there. Apparently, there was, because once I went through it, it closed up, and I am stuck in here now.
All right. Evac to safety.
Yeah, I guess I got to do that.
Yep. So I don't know if this guy placed this tree. He's basically built like a tree house sort of thing, almost. I don't know if he placed this giant tree here or if it was already procedurally generated and he just kind of built around it. But either way, it's pretty cool.
Huh.
So phase 3 we kind of covered. Like I said, that's going to be boosts, the kind of quick thing. Phase 4, which is going to be early in the closed beta. So when we move on to that, obviously we'll announce when that happens, but you'll know if you're already in it. If not, they'll make huge announcements about it anyway. But when phase 4 happens in early closed beta, that's when they're going to open up the player studio.
Yeah, and that's something I've really been waiting for, because that was one of the reasons I kind of wanted to be in this thing, this alpha, was be like, all right, I could get a chance to make some of these templates. Which you can make in this studio and then actually try to sell them. So people join the game and, I've already made a bunch of different nice looking things, buy my stuff.
Yep. So as if for those not 100% aware, what Opie was kind of alluding to there on that thing is that, the player studio is literally that. It's a player kind of community where you can template your stuff, whatever you've built, and sell it to other players. And it will be for cash monies, like real. It's not in-game currency. It's cold hard cash via electronic bits, just like it was intended. But so I'm guessing it's going to kind of work probably like, I don't know, iTunes or something like that, where Sony will take a cut. I don't know what percentage it'll be, but
It's got to be something like that. Yeah.
It's going to be that way. They're going to take some amount for it for providing all the services for it. But the kind of cool thing about that is that, it's like iTunes, only you're the one on there making content and you're selling your music or whatever it might be. You're selling your creations and other people buy it. You get money, like real money.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. If you can actually make something that's really nice, I mean, that's pretty fantastic, actually. That has me pretty excited to really mess around and build something creative.
Yeah. This guy's got a big floating dirt statue with plaster walls all over it.
Nice. I just came out of a floating pyramid. So, yeah.
Good. The Jaffa coming out of it.
Yeah. Maybe.
So phase 4, Player Studio. Phase 5, which is the last phase that they're mentioning right now, is going to be at the end of the closed beta, and that is basically items. This is going to be more of the
typical stuff.
Yeah,
Pets
exactly.
And,
one interesting one that I thought was really kind of weird. Like the typical ones, pets, name, gender change. I assume there's probably going to be even like a
hairstylist. Or,
exactly.
Yeah.
But the really interesting one to me was the sound and music packs for the claims.
Yeah, that's pretty weird to actually be able to.
Yeah, I'm guessing you can build your claim. Exactly, and be like,
Yeah.
I've made a techno club or something. So like, you go walking on this dude's claim, and it's like, and you're like, yeah. The system is down. so yay, strong bad. Anywho, I think that's pretty fascinating. I'm not sure exactly how much they're going to have, but I never even, like, when I read that, I was like, I never even thought about that.
No, yeah, that until just now, because apparently I didn't even see that when I read over this originally. So that's pretty crazy, actually.
That was very interesting to me when I read that. I was like, I really think that's pretty awesome. Depending on how much they have going on there, you can really complete the whole ambiance of whatever the heck you're going for without, as much as. Don't get me wrong, I love the music for this game already. Jeremy Soule is a phenomenal composer.
Yep.
But it might not go with the, death war machine that you decided to build or whatever it happens to be. It's sweeping orchestral music and you're like, all right, let's bring in the pain.
Yeah, here's this really dark castle with fires and lava everywhere. I don't think this works.
Obviously, you need Mario music for that.
Yes, obviously. Put some pipes in there, you're good.
The last item that I saw that they had mentioned, I mean, there's other things that they said, but the last one they actually mentioned was extra claim flags. So that wouldn't, I completely get it. I just hope that that's not the only way you can get them.
Yeah, I thought they had said at some point they were actually going to let us build them as well.
Exactly.
So maybe, I'm sure they just take large amounts of resources or something like that.
Right.
First one or something.
Or the way it's working now, some kind of, mega achievement thing or something like that, which is fine. As long as you can do it. I just hope they didn't take the ability away. And I agree with you. I don't think that's the case. But yeah, I'm just hoping they didn't decide, well, instead of doing that, let's charge you for it. Because one claim is cool, but
you can definitely fill it up pretty fast.
Yeah, you can fill it up quickly, and if you have to keep templating them and bringing it back, it might get kind of tedious. So having a multiple claim kind of thing, you can build in different locations, different biomes if you wanted to do in the locales in the world and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the business model. Do you have anything extra to add on that?
No, honestly, it sounds pretty solid. It's
I think so.
Yeah, they'll have a few things that'll be pretty compelling to people, and it'll still remain free to most people. We are past the free point, but
yeah, that's true. I'm committed, as it were, but I'm likely to probably buy a couple of outfits. That seems to be something that I would do. And depending on how much of a pain in the butt it is to get an extra claim flag, like I hope it's available, but in reality, I might just buy one of them.
Yeah,
that would be not uncommon for me to think about.
Yeah, especially if you can use it to expand your initial claim right away. It's like I just got this claim, I kind of want to make it bigger, so I'll do that right now.
Yeah. So that's all for the business model thing. If you have thoughts about it or comments, you can leave them on our comment thing, but you can also go to the Request Next Landmark forums, and if you're not already registered, register in there or make some comments about it. I will put a link in the show notes or whatever, the description down below, So you can follow that and go in there if you don't already know how to get there.
Yay.
So real quick at the end of this thing, I did want to just kind of tag on, in addition to that, there was a patch today. We're running around with a new patch, but there's not a whole lot of cosmetic changes that you can see. But next week's patch is going to be rather substantial. So I kind of just wanted to say something about it real quickly. The big one being kind of part of what Opie was already saying, which is attached claims.
Yes.
So
we have expanded up or down, or to the left, the right, whatever. That'd be really cool because we saw a guy in one of your other areas where two people build on top of one another.
Yeah, you can actually see it in the first video right at the end. That's Dongletron's basement. Dongletron's dungeon, the place I fall and get stuck in, is below a different person's claim. Now that's not they're not working together. It just so happens that the way you first placed claims, and as you can see, I've turned my claim box back on here. The way you first placed them, they had this huge bounding box. You can't see them now because I took them away, but they had this giant bounding box outside of just this orange or whatever color it might be, colorblind, claim box. So it was really, really, really wide, and it went out like horizontally as my screen, you can kind of go this way with it, and it went that way, but it was not any taller or, at all. So it was much, much wider than the regular claim box is. So you couldn't, for example, I couldn't come and place my claim right here where I'm standing right next to this dude's claim, and then we're right next to each other, like neighbors. I can go hi and run right into it like that. That wasn't something you could do, but because there wasn't any space vertically, you could put one right on top of the other.
Yeah.
And
they kind of played it up because it's like one's the basement, the other one's the castle or whatever.
Right, yeah, it's a castle above it. So this, kind of like this one I'm looking at here, which is actually really cool. Although he's got like a gate on the door, so I can't freaking get in. Oh, wait, hold on. Grappling hook.
Yeah.
By the way, I made a grappling hook.
Yeah. Okay.
These are handy, folks. Very handy. Except for I have not mastered. Oh, I apparently can just walk right through that gate.
Hooray!
But I'm an idiot. Anywho, I've not mastered the grapple. What was I talking about? Yeah, so the update. So what they're going to do with the claim, the joining claim, or the claim attached claims. There we go. Those are the words I'm looking for. Is that you can actually do what I was talking about, what you couldn't do before, which is take another claim and put it as your own right next to the existing one. Expand on it, up, down, side to side, like Opie was saying. So that's pretty cool. So you can, right now we're kind of limited to the space that they've given us right now, and a lot of people have built some pretty awesome stuff with it, but it's one of those things where it's like, well, if you think that's cool, just imagine how much bigger and better it'll be.
Oh, yeah, you can make some really big, elaborate things with that.
Yeah. So that's pretty neat. A smooth tool update, that's going to be good, but that's not as fascinating to talk about. But the last thing that I think is the big thing for us, they were going to turn back on the claim permissions, which has been disabled basically since alpha started.
Yay!
And for those that don't know what that means, it is the allowing a friend or whomever to actively build on your claim with you, which is
building stuff together, which would be great.
Yeah, so that's like what I talked about in like the first episode, and I think I actually even maybe mentioned it in the second one, which is just once we have the ability to do that, then I can just run around destroying all the nice things Opie builds.
Yay! Oh, wait a
minute. But that'll be really cool. I can't wait for that. So that's next week. At some point in time. So we'll try to get some info and some images, things of that. The videos aren't going to come quite as hot and heavy as they have been right now, especially after next week's patch, because I will be on vacation for a bit. But as soon as we get back and we can jump right into it, we will definitely have some multi-person claimage going on.
Sounds good.
Alrighty then, that'll do it for this particular episode of Turn 8 Gaming's Landmark Video Series. See you next time on Turn 8, folks.
Bye.
All right. There it is. This land is your land. Oh, wait. Sorry. It's a good thing falling damage isn't on, because that would have been me dying right there.
Yeah. I would have died a few times, so.
Heaven's Tower. Man, heaven is in disrepair. There are broken pillars all over the place here.